Yes, good evening, one and all, and we are back with another edition of Cop Talk. You know what it is, each and every Thursday, 10 to the hours of who knows whenever. We never know. Right now, I might as well just do a 5-minute show and I'll be out of here because the way things are looking, I tell you, it's not looking great. It's not looking great. But I'm going to send a massive shout goes and good evening goes out to Mr. Stoney. How are you doing, my brother?
Yeah, good. Just good. Listen, we're back. We've had another indifferent week, but we never ever hide in this channel. So we're just here just to face up. We're just here just to face up to the Blues.
Stoney, you could be a politician, bro. That's an indifferent, you know. Straight lash, bro, when you talk about indifferent. Doctor, how are we doing, sir?
Yeah, good, man. It's always nice to know that my Arsenal, my friends who are Arsenal fans haven't kind of forgotten me, because they've all contacted me this week for multiple days. I wake up and there's a message from one of them in the morning, from a Jason Cundy post to a this post to a that post. So yes, it's good to know that they're still there.
Yeah, I hear that. Gonna send a massive shout goes out to Big Teach. Nice to have you on, sir. What do you say? Stoney's a United fan anyway. Big shouts goes out, Big Teach. Nice to have you on, sir. Do remember, people, hit that share, that like, and that subscribe. Join in and come and have your say on how things are going currently at Liverpool. So this week we are talking about the Liverpool-Chelsea game. So I don't know, man. If anyone can tell me, when's the last time we've lost 3 games back to back? 3 games on the trot.
I have absolutely no idea.
I don't know, but I know it hasn't been any time soon. I'll tell you that much. Anytime.
I'm thinking maybe that the Klopp season when we had the centre back injuries, maybe. But I can't. Yeah, like we were bad then. We were bad, but
we were bad. But I don't even know if we still lost 3 on the trot.
Or even that season when we knew that we had won the league, and then after, I think it was after the Watford game, and then we had
season.
Yes. That's probably the last time, possibly.
I don't think we hit 3 in a row though.
That's what I'm thinking. 3 in a row, a hat-trick of losses, man. Hat-trick of losses. Okay, so the first question is a double question, really, for the panel tonight. Are the fans and media overreacting, and is this transition? Could we put it down to transition?
Yes. So it depends on. Some people are gonna overreact in terms of the noises around Slot, the noises around Wirtz. It's just like, all right, let's just all calm down. Yes, he hasn't got a goal and assist so far, but Arsenal fans, if you are listening, your legends Henry and Bergkamp didn't get a goal and an assist in their first 7 games or 8 games. So I think we just need to just calm down. Did we expect a bit more from Florian Wirtz? Certainly did. Has he shown absolute moments of magic? He has. That little flick for Mo Salah was absolutely genius. That's genius. So yeah, I don't think there's been an overreaction. 100. Should fans be disappointed? Absolutely. But in terms of like where it's gone, and 100, of course.
Okay, Stoney.
Yeah, similar to Doctor. I think we just need to remain calm. I think if we reflect on last season, Slot was dealing with a smaller squad. Didn't have to rotate as much, and if anything, I think he got a free hit last season. This season is where it is going to be the transition. And the reason why I say that as well is the amount of players that are now that we've actually purchased. They're going to need time to settle in. They're going to need time to adapt. I think Slot's probably going to. We've probably seen it that he's made some adjustments in the way he's actually playing as well. On the last show, myself and Doctor, we were speaking about the way in which our fullbacks are playing completely different as well. As an example, we're probably playing different in terms of the transition with the amount of time that Alisson is now being injured as well. So yeah, I do think it's going to be a transitional season. And people are going to be, fans are going to be out there probably trying to look for some of our vulnerabilities and say as much fluff as they want to. But no, I'm not. I'm not heavily concerned. RT, I'm not.
Okay. So you're saying don't overreact.
So I think it is a transitional season from the viewpoint of we've got new players who are in key roles for the team, or we've replaced key players. So, like, obviously, Trent was a significant part in how we played football for the last 6-7 years. So we have tried to replace that. And yeah, some of the new players haven't hit the ground running at all. Is that a mixture of them adapting, Slot's tactics? I think it's both. But equally, if I'm being honest, I feel like it's the established players who have struggled. So you've got new players learning a new system. You've got the established players adapting to a new system, which is fine. But then some of those players have dropped their individual levels. So like Dom, like we're seeing Dom play 3 positions in one game, but he's maintaining levels. So if he's maintaining levels, like no one else has really got an excuse because you're playing in the same position. So we've obviously Mac apparently, obviously he missed pre-season. So is he injured? It's not clear. So he's not on levels at all. But then my view would be that maybe like he should be rested a little bit. So there's been a few established players who I just think are playing badly as well, man. This player must be a Chelsea fan, isn't it?
Massive welcome to Sparker B.
Smiling, boy.
Yeah, of course he's smiling hard. Welcome, Sparker. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you.
Welcome, man.
You've been comments a few times. You
know yeah. 1 and 2 comment. Watching you pro pundits. You know what I mean? Get your punditry on. But I thought I'd just join. In actual fact, I was upstairs coding and I was thinking to myself, boy, I'm deep in something. And I see the message from Alvin. I thought, I already typed out like, no, I'm coding, man. I'm busy. And then I thought, boy, there's not going to be that many opportunities I'm going to be able to come in and say, boy, we took something from you boys. So I couldn't miss out.
I see he set up his title neatly as well,
Yeah,
we've won it all. Yeah, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so I was just talking to the guys, and the first question I'd asked was a double-pointed question. And I even asked that to you as well about Liverpool. Are the fans and media overreacting, and is it a season of transition for Liverpool?
I mean, I think there was a lot of. I think people are overreacting a bit, but I think most people would have thought, okay, Slop's now here. He like Chelsea benefited when Tuchel came in after Lampard, and there was a momentum there sometimes. And you can, as a new manager, you come in, you get that new manager kick. And I think Slot may have benefited a bit from that. And having taken the pressure off the team a bit, because a lot of them did comment about, they felt a bit more freer under Slot. I think that after a while, when you take that pressure off a team, especially in the Prem, and with a lot of your players, a couple of them are getting on now. A couple of your key boys are getting on. I mean, Salah's, I don't know, he's looking a little bit like a shadow of himself. I mean, that's the thing. When you're at the top, all of a sudden, one season you could be at the top, and the next season it can be like downhill from there.
Bro, listen, bro, you're being far too complimentary, and I do appreciate that. But Salah's looking like washed chicken in it. Let's keep it 100 because, when I was concerned about Salah was that Arsenal game in it, because he made Calafiori look like Maldini in it, and I'm saying to myself, this bread's not that good in it. This bread's not that good.
Yeah,
and he looked like Maldini, and every fullback is looking like Maldini right now. Cucurella looked better than Maldini. That was mad, isn't it? I'm saying now, Mo, I beg you do something now, innit? I beg you do something. So fair point. It's fair point.
Yeah. I think Mo tried to cut his hair and get a little serious, but I think realistically, we were targeting him. We was having joy. It's not just his ability, but it was also the positional play that Liverpool wanted to play in that game, which kind of left a man free. And we kind of targeted that. And Cucurella, he ran the most in that game. I think he had the highest stats for the amount of runs and stuff. And so, you know, once we were getting joy getting in behind. I mean, you saw that reverse pass from Caicedo, where he just cut it in, and you know, and then we got Lavia. When we got Lavia, I mean, we had a lot to deal with. You know, I mean, we put Reece in a centre back, which actually I thought was a revelation. The way he was pinging that ball around, because sometimes when he's playing out on the right, he can be a little bit negative. And so, you know, he'll play the ball back and play it safe, etc., which is fair enough. But
He's the top player. He's the top player.
Yeah, he's top player. He just came in there spraying the ball about, giving you guys something to think about. And then Caicedo, I mean, you know, the guy's world class. So, but no, I think you guys, going back to your question, Alvin, I think the bottom line is, I think it's too early to say that it's a major problem. But I think a lot of eyes are on Slop saying, well, okay, look, this is your first real big challenge. What have you got? But I don't think you've solved your back line yet. You know, I think is it your right back? I don't think you've properly sorted that out here. And you know, so, and you've got Kanate's having a bit of a mare as well. So
yeah, I'll tell you.
I think Sparker B, just on that, and as I said, once again, thanks for joining the panel as well. It's gonna be good to get another insight from somebody who's not associated with Liverpool. And I think I completely agree with you in terms of what we've probably seen from Salah so far this season, right? And I think it wasn't just Maresca's tactics on Salah, or the way in which Cucurella played and had a really positive impact against Salah. We probably saw the same thing what Tottenham have done with Spence when we played against Tottenham. Spence had Salah in his pocket. We saw the same thing a couple of times we played against Crystal Palace. Mitchell's had Salah in his pocket as well. So for me, I think that's probably a bit of a concern in which the way in which Salah is currently playing over there. And that could be the way in which Slot wants him to play, or a series of things. I think there's an imbalance collectively within our team at the moment, and more so on our defensive side. So yeah, we obviously seen a few injury issues with Salah and our new goalie playing in there. Left back with Kirkes making the adjustment with us there. And you're right, we've had Bradley play at right back, we've had Frimpong play at right back, we've had we've had Dom play at right back. And
Dom, we've used 7 fullbacks this season. 7.
Yeah.
So it's Robbo, Kirkes.
We're only 7 games in.
So it's Robbo, Kirkes, and then the right side, we've had obviously Frimpong, Bradley, Szoboszlai, Endo against Bournemouth, and Joe Gomez against Bournemouth as well. So we've had 7 fullbacks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's a lot.
So hold on.
Something's not working, isn't it?
What is the structure? Because I know, I mean, you know, for Chelsea, it's been quite telegraphed that, you know, we've had a whole restructure, etc., and that's been in place for a good few seasons now, and we're starting to see the fruit. But what is it? Do you not have like directors of football, and then you have like a coach? Like we have a directors, coach,
same thing, yeah.
You've got team, and then feeder club. So that's how our kind of structure is set up. Do you not have the same sort of thing, or, you know, because
don't have a feeder club, like the same basic thing, yeah. Like the sporting director is basically the one doing the recruitment based on, in theory, what is the ideal profile for the manager's tactics. But it seems like, so for example, I was saying on social media for ages, Liverpool are not going to sign Frimpong and sign Kirkes. Because I was just like, Arne Slot doesn't play with 2 flying fullbacks. One inverts and does a bit more like build-up play, either the third centre-back who comes into midfield, and one's more like of an outlet. So you're going to have one fullback who's got more technical abilities to progress the game. I remember saying to a few fans, someone like Pedro Porro, I was like, Pedro Porro, he's crap. I was like, he's a good footballer. He's got a great passing range, decent defensively, like he can play football. Or Reece James would have been perfect. Like that kind of player, like a Hincapié who Arsenal signed, somebody who can just come in the field, knit it together and progress the play. So what's happened is we've signed 2 flying fullbacks, but we're not making them play as flying fullbacks. So Frimpong is a ball carrier, Bradley's a ball carrier, Kirkes is a ball carrier, but we're making them try and play football and build up our play, and that's not what they're suited as. Hence why we're finishing the game against Chelsea with 2 midfielders in the back line because we can't progress the game. So somewhere between what the manager said that he wants and what they've signed for him, there's been a bit of a mismatch. Now I don't know if it was that PSG game got to his head and he's just like, "Rah, I want Hakimi and Nuno Mendes." Yeah, I don't know, but what we've signed and how we're using them, it's not really mathing. Like Perkins is an up and down, powerful fullback. But we're making him.
Isn't that how you lot used to play before, though? I seem to remember.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a case of if you're going to sign these guys who are excellent at one thing, then you've got to use them for what they're good at.
So why?
No
Yeah,
idea. It's not clear why. But I find that we've had to use 7 fullbacks. And if you think about Bradley's been hooked 3 times at like half time this season.
Yeah.
So Slot's clearly not happy with what the fullbacks are doing, especially on the right side. But it's almost like, why were you guys signed in it? Because I just feel like maybe these guys aren't playing well, but even if they're playing to their potential, what we're asking them to do, that's not what they've excelled at in the past.
But that is a thing. I do think that there's a lot of this buying players, and we do it as well. We're trying to do much less of it, where you sign players and you're trying to get them. I mean, Arsene Wenger used to do that a lot. Put players in positions where it's not really their strength, but they see a potential in them, etc., which I think is a bit of a vanity thing. Hire a man who knows a job and get him to do that job, then you don't have to worry. I mean, you guys, 4-3-3 or 4-3-2-1 or whatever you guys do switch from time to time. I think, that's something that you want players who know what they're doing, especially because you ain't got time to think. I mean, in the Prem, you have to know what you're going to do with the ball before you receive it. And if you're trying to get players, I've seen I know Maresca he likes players that can play multiple positions. That's his thing. And so over time, it's a bit messy, but over time, because we've got young players and they're a bit more moldable, they're starting to get it. And you're starting to see, like, in the last minutes of the game, we've lost 2 centre backs, we've had to reshuffle up the team. And it's like we just drew down a gear. People just knew what to do and how to play. And we had the depth. So we're able to bring on young players. Plus, our team is like one of the youngest teams. I think the average age was like 22. And, you guys, talent is one thing, but, hard work trumps talent. And if you got a team, like for us, we've got youngsters and talent. So that's always going to be, especially in the last leg of the game, where we could bring on a whole load of quality, Esteval and Gittins. I mean, what do you lot think of Gittins?
Yeah, I think he's a fraud, personally.
Calm down. Not even all the generosity I give you boys now. Just clap down my new boy.
Now, listen, in all seriousness, I think he's a young player. What is he? He's 21. I think time will show. Hopefully he remains and has good health, and we'll just see how he plays and then he plays for Chelsea. But I think it's too early to really see how he's going to play and what profile and what position Maresca is going to want him to play this season. So we'll see. Has he broken into the under 21s? Do you know whether he plays for the England under 21s at the moment?
No, yeah, so my understanding is he does, but he didn't play in the Euros. I think he got an injury.
Right. Okay.
But he would have gone.
Okay.
I like Gittins personally. I think he is. You know what it is? Obviously, like, he's still a young player. He's still got a lot to prove. He's not a finished article at all. But what I was saying, if I look at all of the Chelsea wingers, so you've got Esteval, Brett from Wolves, what's his name?
Neto.
Neto. And then you got Garnacho, and then you got Gittins, right? All of them have got an aggression and an intensity and a 1v1 threat and pace. They want to go at you, like they want to really attack you. And all 4 of your wingers showed skill sets that none of our wingers showed in that game. Cody Gakpo posed no threat 1v1 to your right back. Mo Salah's making Cucurella look like Maldini +5. Like, there was no threat. So each one of your fullbacks. So even though I thought Kirkes handled Neto really, really well, and like he didn't beat him once, but Neto was still dangerous. Kirkes still needed to play at a high level defensively to stop him. Whereas your fullbacks, bruv, had their slippers on. No threat. No threats. Even though Dom had to show some quality, at least Gittins is he's posing him questions. I'm going at you. I'm driving. We just didn't do that. So for me, give me a Garnacho any day of the week.
But we got a guy like that on the bench in our young boy, and that's what he does.
Yeah, but do you know what it is though? I guess the issue that Slot's probably got. Rio is excellent in one phase of the game that we can certainly say. If we got a bit of control, we can get Rio the ball at certain places, and he's going to be a threat. But I guess probably what Slot's unsure of is, can Rio defend his box from set pieces? Can Rio track his runners? Like, can we start Rio away to Chelsea and he can do all facets of the game that you need a wide player to do? Not sure yet. But with the ball, quality is exceptional. But I guess like the man part of playing football, can Rio do that yet? It's unclear. It's unclear.
Well, let's send a massive shout. Okay, Big Teach. He says too many football dances out there talking about players in our squad. He also goes on to say Slot is a muppet.
Yeah, Teach is on Slot still.
Mr. B, good shout, big shouts, Mr. B. He's on our sister channel, the United Agenda. He says transition, yes, but you ain't had no smoke from the media. I think you actually had an easy ride. Big shouts goes out to VW. There's B. Nice for you to join us, sir. Nice for you to be on board.
Yeah. Well, I think, going back to Gittins, I think, when he first started playing for us, I think he was a little bit shell-shocked and played it within himself. But, I liked what he came on and did with you guys. Came on, and within a moment, taken a shot. Yeah. He'd taken a little shot, he'd cut in, whipped the ball in, and so did Esteban. So I think that's what you want to see from those players there. And I think that, if you've got I think a lot of it for those guys is confidence. If they play in a game where somebody's got them in their pocket a little bit, then they worry and they don't take risks and so on and so forth. And also, I mean, the thing that you guys have got is a sort of average older age, and that will see you through. I mean, if you've got a younger team like mine and you're going through a bit of a hard time, the heads can drop a little bit, and it's a bit more difficult. But you got proper warriors there that have been there. I don't see that you guys are gonna flop. If the manager has a style which is not going to work with the team, that's a different problem. I don't know. I was saying to a few mates of mine that this will be because this is properly Slot's season. This is his imprint, his, everything is down to him now. So we'll see whether, he's got what it takes to figure this out. But
big shouts goes out to Amit. Teach says that Slot is on fraud. What?
I always thought that Liverpool supporters were quite, sort of generous with their, you go there, Anfield, you know that the place is going to be screaming down. I mean, I do envy, the sort of support that, Liverpool put out there during the match, etc., etc. I mean, when you lot come to us, I mean, flipping, you lot try to go like you was as loud as the rest of the rest of the lot at Stamford Bridge. You know what I mean? But no, I'm surprised that you guys are kind of like throwing Slop under the bridge, under the bus.
It's Teach. It's Teach.
It's Teach. It's not us.
Yeah,
it's Teach.
Okay.
Definitely not us.
Oh yeah, listen, I've got full throws in Slot. I just wanted one more. Like, I don't need two out and out pacey wide players, but I guess I'm vexed about Luis Diaz, isn't it? Like,
I'd rate Diaz. Diaz was the lick. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, this is it. I'm vexed about Luis Diaz. So I'm looking at the team. I'm just like, I've gone from basically having Mane and Mo when they was on badness. When Mane dropped off, Diaz came in. He was immediately on badness. Won 2 domestic trophies, got reached the Champions League final, pushed City, then he won 4 trophies. But on badness. Those 2 cup finals against Chelsea. Remember that little flick over Reece James's head? Reece James is like, rah, what's going on? So I've gone from having dynamic wingers to a 34-year-old Mo Salah and Cody Gakpo, who just runs like that. Like,
I don't rate Gakpo at all, man.
Oh, he's trash. I'm sorry,
I don't
he's trash.
rate Gakpo.
Wow.
When he first landed to
He's
the,
trash.
I don't know, man.
He's not a winger. The guy just runs in
head,
field.
You know what I mean?
Like,
I don't
you know what it
see
is?
the finesse, you know.
Remember back in the day when man used to have cars before we had like power steering in it, and like it would bump like your tire, and the man would be like, "Right, is my car running straight?" And then you let it run, and you see that it's running like it's going in one direction.
Yeah.
Gakpo, bro, the brake gets the like. He just, I'm like, brother, run to the wing.
Yeah,
he just wants to do that. Nah, sorry.
He's not. You've
Cody
usually
Gakpo.
had an intelligent team. One of the things about Liverpool
Trash.
is that you've always had fast-thinking, intelligent players that could combine power and energy with skill.
Pose you a threat, right? Pose you a threat.
Yeah. I mean, boy, you know, you guys have had some attacking front lines that are like could scare anybody, and it's just not that at all at the moment. You know, you just don't.
Collectively, Sparker B, do you say collectively our front line is not like that?
Yeah, I don't see that compared to the front lines you guys have had.
Yeah, Isak's not fit yet, so you have to judge that. And then obviously, like Hugo didn't start as well. But bro, listen, our wide players at the moment are no threat to their fullback. It's appalling. It's an easy night for everyone.
You know what? That is very, very true, and it's something that I have been watching. Our wingers are not doing it. That's a massive thing at the moment.
No threat.
Is that how you lot? Is that how you're set up? I mean, you know, we used to play, you know, bombing wing backs, getting up there, you know, crossing over, you know, get a 1-2, whip the ball in, Reece James, you know. But that is a hard slog, and you can see what it did to Reece James's fitness. Now he doesn't do that so much, you know. So is that the game that you lot play with the sort of bombing up and attacking?
No, we're not talking about bombing up, but we're talking about our wingers being able to go at people one-on-one and going outside them as well, not just looking to cut in all the time.
Okay.
You're cutting into somewhere where the middle was jammed.
Huh?
He's cutting into the middle, what's jammed, full of players. There's no space. Go around the outside, take it to the byline, old school.
But they don't play like that anymore. They don't play like that. Slot. Even last season, if you think of it, right, with the wide players, and I know we had Diaz last season, all right? That is not how Slot, to my knowledge, wants our wide players to actually play, right? So even if you think of all of the games that we played last season, where in the second half, Slot was making changes and we were coming back and, you know, winning XYZ. And now this season, in the first half, people are taking us from muck and scoring us within the first couple minutes, and then it's for us to try and get back in the game. Slot without our wide players, he's not asking them to beat players in and whip them in. I think he's asking them to do something completely different. And what that is at the moment, I'm unsure.
Yeah. President's just joined us and then he just left again.
Yeah, maybe. So I saw a stat here. Mo Salah has had the same amount of successful take-ons as the Manchester United goalkeeper. I'll say that again. Mo Salah has had the same successful take-ons as that Bayern there, isn't it? So, yeah, Slot clearly wants one wide player to be able to have a bit of control and recycle play, and obviously like the other one to have a bit more of an attacking role, typically Mo Salah, and kind of go at his man a little bit and create something. The issue is, I feel like, even when they come in field, they're still not even beating their man and coming in field. They're just running in that. It's basically appalling, isn't it? We've got to keep it 100. There's no threat.
Amit says that Gakpo is afraid to run the line.
Wow. He wants to shoot.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think
it's a real transitional season. Big shouts goes out to Macca. I know Macca's happy right now as an Arsenal man. I know you're well happy. Big up, Max. Nice for joining us, bro. Teacher saying 442 Diamond.
Great shout.
I don't know if Kirkes has nicked his parking space or what, but Gakpo hates Kirkes.
Gone past him.
And he says Salah hasn't gone past a player in 2 years.
Nah. He's going past man last year. He should have done right to that.
No. Now you're taking the mic. Preds, nice of you to join us, sir. How you doing?
Good evening, everyone. I thought I'd join in because I was watching it and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's all doom and gloom. What's wrong with you?
Hello, mate.
You want to bring a bit of life to it, then, yeah?
Yeah, of course. Come on, optimism.
Well, I don't know how, bro, because right now it's not looking too gravy at the moment.
Yeah, I think I'm more optimistic than you boys.
No. I'm very optimistic.
I think you guys, you know, maybe because I've seen the ups and downs in Chelsea more recently, where you know you think like things are going, you know, to hell, and then before you know it, a few little changes and big things are gone. You know, so maybe Salah is a little bit tired, and you know, it was touch and go whether. I mean, he had a blinder coming pre-contract signed, and then now contract gets signed. You know, the wind ain't quite there behind the sails anymore. So the question is that permanent, or is it just, you know, thing about?
Well, he banged 2 the other night for Egypt. I know that much.
So then it's not ability. Well, then it depends. Who are they playing?
I can't remember.
Yeah, well, this I'm saying depends on.
I don't know. I would say with Salah. Salah's chasing legacy. Salah wants to score as many goals as possible, beat every record. I have no concerns with Mo's professionalism and if the contract has affected him or not. I just think he's just playing badly. I think he's just playing badly. And I think
on that note, do you not think that Salah needs to be benched?
I think
at least in the games where he's not been playing well, taken off. He's still playing the 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think that might be a better strategy for a player his age. You start benching him, he may never come back to the player he was. I think, you know, you got to keep him, you know, bring him in, you know, maybe take him off when, you know, he's not. But who you replacing him with?
Well, this is another question I was going to ask. Obviously, Kaiser.
Yeah.
Chiesa,
Frimpong, no game time.
Frimpong would have caused Cucurella trouble, 100, because he's rapid. He would have got the ball and he just would have exploded past him. Now, I'm not saying that he would have had amazing end product or he would have got an assist, but he would at least put stress on the Chelsea defenders and just create a bit of panic. And as Barker will tell you, Chelsea's crowd and the Chelsea team doesn't have confidence in the Chelsea defense and the Chelsea goalkeeper. They don't have confidence in them at all. We just never put them under enough pressure to expose their cracks, which was mad frustrating. But the few times when we pressured the goalkeeper, it went out, murmurs into the crowd. We just didn't apply any pressure to them, which was crazy to me. I'm just like, bruv, like they're ready to turn on this Brer any moment in time. Any moment they're ready to turn on him. Just applied no pressure. Madness to me.
So Teach
Madness.
is saying Salah at his age now, he needs to change position. And he's saying Messi and Ronaldo did.
I hear it.
Amit says, though, he needs to hold bench. But at the same time, he's saying a hungry and pissed off Salah can be a dangerous Salah.
Thank you.
Fred,
100%. But even with that, then, if it's a case where Salah's changing position, right? And this is just hypothetical. Where then does he play? Where are you asking Salah to play?
Well, there's only one place he's going to play, and that's going to be up top. That's the only place.
So what about Isak then?
No, of course, that's what we're saying. But this is what Teach is saying. That he thinks he needs to change position. Obviously, we know Isak is going to be the main man, the main number 9. But if he's going to change position, there's only one place he can then play.
I wouldn't be against it if we were to have see what we tried against Crystal Palace. Clearly, we didn't do it well enough, but have like a box midfield and then 2 forwards who kind of split and roam wide out. I wouldn't mind seeing that. 2 of Isak, Hugo, or Mo. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that at all.
Man said Chiesa, doctor talking about Frimpong. You give Chiesa no love, boy.
No, listen, I rate Chiesa. I just feel I would rather him play from the left-hand side, personally. But yeah, if he's going to play right wing, I guess my point was simply either of them cause Cucurella problems, and it just creates anxiety and pressure for Chelsea. And that's Barker knows that crowd have got no confidence in that back line at all.
So
we just expose it.
Yeah, I mean, when Badiashile and a few, we can be a little bit flaky, but certainly Sanchez is everybody. When I'm sitting in Stamford Bridge, I went to the Brighton game, and if you hear the things man's going on with when they're sitting next to me, it's not nice. But what can you do? The club is not interested right now. There are one or two options, and there were options, but for some reason they believe in the guy. But the guy, when you put him under pressure, and he's got a few moments to think, he's gonna make the wrong decision. And you can't be trying to say, and that then puts pressure on the back line. When a man's under pressure and he looks back at his goalkeeper and he has flashbacks of some madness that the keeper's gone on with before, that makes him think. That's two things you've got to think about. And so I know that we won't be really pushing for the title, as in winning the Prem, until we sort that out. And maybe if Cahill gets fit, and the team matures a year or so, then we'll be in that sort of position, because we got some real quality players, Lavia, you name it. We got
and this is the point. How much did our press even force them to have to go to make Sanchez go long? How many times have we even forced that? More time, they could just play out through the back.
Our press was weak.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it was poor. It was poor.
So Prince, what you saying, man? Salah needs a whole bench. Does he need to be subbed in games, or is it start from the bench? Does Chiesa need game time?
Chiesa's the most informed striker, forward player at the moment. So I was surprised that he didn't play or wasn't involved in any shape or way. Salah, it's a bit of a 50-50 one, because it's like when he's not playing, and then he's got history in regards to not playing well, but then sticks a goal in. The quality. Look, the only thing that let him down was quality. We know that he's not going to be coming back and defending, which makes us a little bit lopsided defensively. At the moment, we're just a little bit too open. But I really do think that Chiesa warrants a start.
100%.
I think he warrants it.
All right. So you just pointed something that I was going to ask you lot. So we've spoken about it before. Doctor says it all the time. We know that Salah doesn't come back to defend, and that was okay last season. But now, when you've got a team in transition and things are not going well, how can you afford to carry a player?
True.
You're even more exposed, as far as I'm concerned.
I think if we are gonna do that, then it doesn't bode well for Wirtz at this moment, because the reason why is because we're playing Wirtz in there and we're trying to put another. If we put in our midfield of Gravenberch, one of Gravenberch, Mac 10 and Szoboszlai, and this is where I remember last season when people were being a bit critical of Szoboszlai and not offering much. I'm telling you now, Szoboszlai in the 10, it works for me, because he has got quality, but even more so, he's got a great injury on him, and he does that work in regards to backing up the defense when Salah's not defending. I think it's just a case of Slot is tweaking a few bits and pieces. All right, some things are working, some things are not working, but we've got a long season, and I think we're going to iron them out. And once we iron them out, I don't think we're going to look back, personally. But
no, Prince. What I'd add to that as well, right? I think the issue is as well, yeah. Remember, we was always talking. What number 9 are we going to sign? Are we going to sign a hardworking number 9 who's going to be a facilitator? So who say Chelsea have signed, who are proper rating, João Pedro, who's going to come back, he's going to work hard, but he's also got quality as well.
You just spent 100 million on Isak.
Well,
I
that's
think,
my point.
I think we need. I think as
we've signed somebody who is a elite goal scorer and a top number 9. But
So
Isak
you don't, so you spend 100 million. You don't think Isak is that man?
No. Isak is that man. But the point I'm saying is,
Mm.
do you sign somebody who's got assets to work hard for the team to facilitate Salah and let Salah have that free role? Or do you sign somebody who's going to be your main man? Now, we've signed somebody to be the main man. Isak's got good work rate, but it's not exceptional. So if you've got a number 9 now who doesn't work as hard as our previous number 9s in Jota or Luis Diaz, which is fine because he's a bad man. You've now got a creative number 9. I mean, a creative number 10. You've got a right winger who's not tracking back. Who's doing the pressing? Who's doing the defending? You could put Kante and Roy Keane in there. With those 3 players in front of them who aren't tracking back and doing much defensive work, like there's no balance to it. Whereas last season, everyone did the dog work for Salah. You don't sign Isak for 120, sign Wirtz for 116 to do Salah's dog work.
But I think we have to be have a bit of realism and a bit of reality in respect of this is not a computer game. We've just brought in 5 or 6 new players. In reality, things don't hit off straight away. There's a time of patterning people in, bedding people in. I think we're looking too much into it's difficult to not look at the fee. However, it's not the players who pick that fee. And in reality, you have to be paid. Me personally, I'm not talking about anyone else. I'm patient enough to understand that we've brought in 5 or 6 new players who potentially are starters, and things are not going as easy as well as it could have been. However, it's not a disaster. And I think we have to have that period of realization that you have to allow players to bed in. You have to allow the squad to bed in and form new relationships. You got to think
it's transitional. Then you
got to
believe that
you got to form more new relationships with the lad.
Prince is right. Prince is right.
This new relationships are forming, and you can see little bits in there. It's just we ain't getting a 96-minute performance. We're getting a 45 minutes or 75-minute performance. We're not getting a 96, and that only comes down to relationships are still forming. They're still building, and we haven't bought any duds. I firmly believe we haven't bought no duds.
Praise, listen. I agree with you. Things are going to improve 100. I think my point is, I don't want to see us spend that big money on Isak, big money on Wirtz with their, in my opinion, exceptional quality, to see them having to do Salah's dog walking for him. Like these breads aren't water carriers. Aren't water carriers. So everyone's got to start doing their own work now. No one's doing more work than someone else to carry your work. That's my point. These guys are not water carriers at all. Like,
so what are you going to do with that? Because it's like when we had
Mo's got to work harder. Simple as that for me. Mo's got to work harder.
It's like Nkunku, quality player, all of that, but he just weren't going to have the intensity required. And I think that Salah's burnt out a bit. I don't know if you're going to get that.
Work harder. You know what it is? You just have to say to Mo, you're now going to track back. And if you can't last 90 minutes, like in last 60 minutes, then so be it.
He ain't going to start doing that, bro. He ain't been doing that for the last 3 seasons.
But
if you do get him to do that, then you're going to miss out up the other end because
because this is why we've got Isak now.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
the main goals. Before, Salah was the main goal scorer. Now we've got Isak who can be that main goal scorer.
The issue that
I know what Doctor's trying to say. These players now have to facilitate for the players that we've brought in. Or else
you want to build a team around Isak.
You know what it is?
Will Salah want to be that guy?
He has to. But this is what I'm saying. Like you don't buy Wirtz and Isak for them to be doing Salah's running. It just doesn't make any sense. Like they're hardworking relative to their abilities, but they're not what I'd call like water carriers type of players. Whereas, as Fred was saying, so Bosley was doing pure water carrying. Luis Diaz was doing pure water carrying. Even Jota and Nunes, these guys were doing water carrying for Mo. Don't buy Isak to be anyone's water carrier. It doesn't make any sense.
Don't you think? My personal opinion, I hear you about Salah. However, I think the issue stems from the right back.
Yeah.
Right back. At the moment, we've played 3 different players at right back.
No,
Five.
yeah. According to the doctor, it's 5.
Yeah, we've played 5 different players at right back. Now, generally, look, if you're looking at last season, yeah, you had Trent and you had Bradley. Bradley, I think he needs to obviously back up, but he's not a
Bradley's
starter.
on fraud watch right now.
Yeah, you can. That game against Chelsea is evident that Bradley is not ready to become that number 1 starter.
He's not.
Is he injured?
That's
Nah.
clear.
No, he's not injured. I think the thing is that we've probably seen, and I think Doctor mentioned at the beginning of the show, how much he gets hooked by Slot. It almost appears that if he gets a yellow card, which he has been doing in the first half, then he's hooked. So I'm thinking in my own head, does Slot not trust him if he gets that yellow card for him to be able to be professional enough to remain on the pitch?
It's obvious. Every time he gets that yellow,
he's coming off. Yeah,
he gets slumped because and I don't trust him. He makes.
Who's the guy that Esteban duppied and managed to push the ball in the back of the net?
Robinson.
Yeah, he looked like he was carrying a little something or an injury or something. Or
he ain't carrying nothing. That's how Robinson plays.
He just tired.
Or did Esteban make him look like that?
He just tired. He just tired. He did a lung busting run and got to the touchline, then had to make it all the way back. And
he did.
At first, he had his hands on his hips or something like that.
Yeah, he was grimacing. He was grimacing when he went down and he put his hand on his hip. I think he had a bit of a pull or a knock. Not defended him, by the way, because I do believe he had to. Listen, the second goal that they scored was preventable. It was really shoddy defending, and Chelsea, they took their chance and they took it. I just think that our defending, we're not defending in a tight, organised, structured pack as we had been doing. But I do believe it stems at the moment. It stems from our fullbacks. We've had a few seasons where we've been very strong at fullback and very consistent at fullback. This season, we're not very strong. We're not consistent enough in those areas, which
we have to get there.
Question to the panel on our fullbacks, right? Why is Robbo playing a lot more attacking than Kirkes? Because surely, like everyone's noticed this, right? Kirkes basically plays like a third centre back and might make the occasional run forward. Robbo comes on and he's just got license to throw. He's up and down. He's touchline. Even for Chelsea's goal, right? He tries to get to the touchline and the guy shields it up. He's literally by the 6-yard box. Whereas Kirkes, who's got all this energy, is basically playing mad conservatively. Like, my head's gone, isn't it? I'm like, surely it used to be like the other way around. But
because if you've noticed, when Kirkes goes forward, it breaks down. It breaks down quite a lot on the left-hand side. And Kirkes is at the moment, like Bradley, very erratic. Bradley winding me up because this is not a new thing, by the way. He's been doing it for a couple of seasons where he goes in all erratic, gets a yellow card, and you just don't trust him.
Definitely not. So Amit says next summer we need to sign a bona fide salary replacement. Elise is my top choice. Wouldn't grumble if we side Semenyo. Both can be destructive from the right.
Nah, listen, we got players already in there. Frimpong's probably going to have the opportunity up there and let Kaiser play. Kaiser's contract's there until 2028. So personally, it's a good comment, Amit. But I don't think we need to be spending any more money in offensive areas. I think we're top heavy at the moment. That's just my personal opinion.
Hold on. We're top heavy, but is it top heavy with quality though? Because one of them for me, after what I'm seeing now, I need to evaluate this season. He might have to go.
Well, I think the only offensive player in question and that's been highlighted on the show so far is Mo and Gapco.
Cody.
No, that's what you said. So I mean, there's only these two. Cody still needs to remain there. What have we been speaking about in years? Squad depth and having quality.
When I say replace, not just get rid of, replace. So we still have depth. I'll take Semenyo over Cody all day long. All day long.
Then we're paying even more racks because Bournemouth ain't gonna let Semedo go for cheap.
They want 60 mil.
Man, they must want more than that. But for
60
me,
mil-
that's
60
not
mil
even
they're
a
asking
debate.
for. We
For me,
can get about 40 for Cody.
Put it like this: if you've got a Semenyo against any of Chelsea's fullbacks, and Sanchez would be having kittens, like sparkling to himself right. If we had Semenyo on that pitch, both of their fullbacks have got a tough time in it.
So why would Slot not play? I mean, you know, even our manager, when we was in the Brighton game and we went down to 10 men and he overreacted. The last couple of times we went down to 10 men.
Crazy in those Barker.
He overreacted, but he admitted that on, you know, in one of the press conferences. And then the next time it happened, he held strong and there was a better result. But the point is, that a lot of people are saying he should have brought on Garnacho and he didn't bring it. He must have had a reason. So your guy, Slot, must have a reason why he's not bringing on the guy you want to see. If you're saying he's that good.
I just don't think he rates Chiesa. I think this is the long and short of it. I think for some bizarre reason he doesn't rate Chiesa. Well, I say bizarre because it does seem, especially this season, but even last year, he was taking Chiesa for like a little man still. And at the start of this season,
big disrespect.
And then this season, like the little man thing continues. Their man don't even get put in the Champions League squad. So like, okay, like he's in it now because of the injury to our centre back. But yeah, like these are liberties really and truly in it. Like, but bare forwards have gone, and I can't make it in the Champions League squad. I just think, yeah. Well, look, like for me, we need a wide player with pace, power, and who can press. Like, we don't have that at the moment. Cody's pressing is inferior to Diaz's. Like, we need a bit of power and a bit of threat and then just intensity and somebody who's going to cause the opposing team trouble. Just just a bit of movement. No one makes runs in behind. It's all ball to feet. Just, like, help me in it. Help me.
So teacher's saying it's all pointing to Slot. All this negative chat on Fede is a myth. And take Wirtz's name out your mouth. He said, drop Mo. He reckons that Salah is being phased out.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's 34. It's true.
Yeah, and for me, I don't think that would be an issue because was it a 2-year contract that he signed?
Yeah,
I think it was 2 years. Yeah, Salah.
2 years.
So
2 years.
even if it was something where he signed the 2-year contract and he was being phased out this season, then we can still probably sell him at the end of the season and to still get some money.
Of course. Saudi will still give us a good change for him, man.
Yeah, so I
do you think Salah's being phased out, or are we just recruited for a post-Mo Salah world?
Yes, I think what you've just said.
Because if you think about it, he's still got the same role this season as we had before. We're not asking him to do anything different. He's just not playing well.
Yeah.
Right. Hold on. T says we ain't spent then money and worry about Salah. That money was spent to replace his goals.
Agree. Goals and assists.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what Amit is saying. Stoney, I'm talking about future-proofing our right forward position post Salah. Chiesa or Frimpong are not the long-term solution for us. They're not better than the two players I mentioned.
But bro, let's be serious then, Amit. Who is going to be better? Like, who is going to be? For me, I think it's going to be near enough impossible. And I'm not saying there's not other players in the world, right? But I think it's going to be hard for any player to come, and I'm only giving an example of in 2 seasons to get even near any of the numbers that Salah's been getting in the last couple of seasons. Frimpong, I think, has been purchased more as a right back. It just works to advantage that he can also play in the right forward position as well. But either way, he's not going to get those numbers over on that side. None of the offensive players that we've got are going to get those numbers over on the right side that Mo's got in the last few seasons. It's a fact. They're not.
Yeah, I don't think we're looking for that replacement to get those numbers because, like you said, we've got Isak. So we're looking for players who can cause problems down that side and also supply so that Isak can bang goals.
Okay.
That's where our goals will come from.
That is another incredible point to make as well. I'm glad you made the point. We've basically spent what? Isak was what, 125? Hugo was gone 69 rather to 80. So we've basically spent around £200 million, right? on all-round number nines, but all-round number nines that we want to score goals. Yet we're not giving them service.
Thank you.
Like
Thank
we're
you
not
very
giving them
much.
service. We're not giving them service.
And Salah is still doing that same shit like he was doing for me against Chelsea. Was pissing me off. You're off form and you're still cutting in and shooting, and it's going way up in the air. Bro, roll the ball in the box. One time there was Isak was just there, just waiting for the ball to be rolled into him. This is what I'm trying to say. They need service.
That's true. I mean, to be honest, when that little cut in and Gakpo put his toe on it, you know, that got you guys a goal. So
that's what I'm saying. You get the ball in the box of these guys. These guys need service, and this is where this is where these guys do their job. You understand?
It reminds me of Chelsea when we signed what's his name? What's the guy? And then he's trash talked us. What's his name?
What position?
Forward. His head name's gone out of my thing. He didn't stay long. Who signed him? I can't remember. But anyway, he was a classic centre forward. He came on. I think his first game was against Arsenal, and he scored a nice goal. Lukaku, thank you. Right. But, you know, Lukaku, I'm not saying, I mean, we play a different game now, but the point is we signed a certain type of striker and we didn't want to supply him any goal, any runs. Nobody was going to do, you know, the cute ball in or whatever. And it don't make sense. You just basically having somebody up there to create space, but not actually score any goals. And I think, you know, you've got some quality. You know, you got some quality that have not got a problem. But a lot of the time you see Usak's goal. I mean, he's picking it up quite deep or deepish, and he's running with that pace, and he's got the ability to finish. So if you don't set the team up around him to do what he does best, then, you know. And I think one of the guys made a good point. He said, you know, we're phasing out. If you are phasing out Salah, but he's playing every game.
Right.
So,
that's VW.
Huh?
VW saying that,
phasing out. That's not phasing out. You know, that's not phasing out every, you know, behavior really. You know, I think back to Chelsea when we were phasing out players. They would be sitting on a bench and might get brought on. You know, but
he's not being phased out. Look, players are human beings, and people are going to be on form, and people are not going to be on form at the moment. Salah's not on form, and some of the players are not on form. However, we can't look past the quality and depth that we've got in our squad. And like I said, new relationships are forming. Is that with Gakpo and Salah, Wirtz with the midfield, like Frimpong on the side, Kirkes. All the relationships are still building. We're not going to be like we've got the quality players, we've got the depth. It's just a case of we've had 2 league games where we've not won, and the Champions League game, and that's things going to happen. But I'm so more optimistic in regards to coming back from international duty, because I feel that gives us a little back. Probably gives time for Slot to evaluate the last 3 or 4 games. Because let's be truthful, the games up until we lost, we weren't exactly playing out there football, but we was getting the job done in some manner or way. It's just we got caught up. If you think about it, Bournemouth game, like we lost to 2-goal lead. What was the other game we lost? 2-goal lead. It was coming.
Newcastle.
Yeah, of course it was. The writing was on the wall.
The writing was on the wall. It's happened now, and I think now it's happened. I truly believe now that Slot and the management are going to go away. They're going to evaluate. I still think that Slot has got a really good in-game management, as well as out game. He sees things in training that we don't see, and that's why, we're saying, people are saying why Salah's still playing. We don't see what happens in training in regards to how they. And at the moment, he's not coming off.
I see what happens on the bloody pitch, though.
Yeah, well,
actually, yeah.
Yeah, so, do you know also as well?
That's what I'm judging on. What I can see what happens on the pitch.
Yeah, but you're judging that on what you're seeing on the pitch. What I'm saying is the management picks a side from what he sees in training.
Yeah, and if he's not performing, take him off. But
I don't, you know what it is? I don't think you need to take or you need to sub Mo or drop him. I think you just got to change his role a little bit. And you're basically saying to my man, okay, cool. You're no longer the A side. Like the days where you and Michael Jackson and then Jackson 5's gone. Like you're now Tito, innit? Like you're now part of the band.
That's how you're going to motivate him.
Like,
you understand?
You saw what happened with Michael. He went solo, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, but Salah's days of going solo were gone. Like you're now not like you're now a part of something. And I think going back to Gapco in terms of what Gapco has been good at, like before, these men have always played in a system. But let's be real, right? Liverpool have not had a elite, world-class number 9 since Suarez and that year of Sturridge. Like in terms of a goal scorer, Bobby Firmino was an elite player, false number 9. Mo and Mane, I'm gonna drop deep. You man, go and do your thing. Cody came into that to the back end. We brought in Nunez. It didn't work. Let's be real. A lot of Nunez's game was about hard work and getting assists for Salah. So everything's been around a number 9 being somebody who helps out everyone else. So now these guys got to get into their head. Okay, cool, innit? I'm here to service you now, innit? You're not here to make me work. The emphasis now is about getting our number 9s to score goals and to get chances. And I'm looking at patterns of play. I'm just like, what is the pattern of play to get these guys chances? The only thing that I can see, which is crazy high risk, is Mo coming in and doing that outside of the left foot pass, which is exquisite. But that can't be your main service to your number 9. I'm going to come in and do this crazy pass. Like there needs to be some kind of way to get these guys chances.
Yeah, but for me, where we spent all this money getting these players in, for me, it's about other players stepping up to the challenge of wanting to get that crown, wanting to replace Salah as a main man. You can't take away what Salah has brought to the club and the goals he brought, and he still is a threat. We can't deny that he's still a threat. Yeah, okay, he didn't play great the last game, but that's one game out of how many games he's played.
Didn't play great. Just the last game?
No, what I'm saying, yeah, but he's still. Are we seriously sitting down here after 2 or 3 games and saying Salah's done? Come on.
He's not done.
He's got credit in the bank. He's got credit in the bank. For me, it's about other players. Other players and now have to step up and warrant the challenge of either surpassing or doing what Salah does or surpassing him. We can't have people who are happy just to be there. Salah, for me, like I said, Salah is still a threat. It's for other players now to step up and become a threat within their own right. And you can't let players off the hook by saying, "Oh well, Salah didn't do this, Salah did." Listen, these players have got a challenge on their back. They've got a target on their back, and they need to step up and make sure that they embrace the challenge.
You know what, President? A classic example of what you're saying. And don't get me wrong, I do think that the wide players need to change their thinking, but I do see about the mentality. I think it was the Crystal Palace game when we had a free kick and Szoboszlai and Mo stood over it. Like, I've been saying this for the longest while. For me, Szoboszlai is one of the best ball strikers in Europe. Szoboszlai, you need to be able to say to Mo Salah and be like, Mo Salah, your ball,
I saw that.
Like, my shot with my left foot, Mo Salah, is better than your shot. You're nowhere near this free kick. Like, step down, innit? Stand down. But I'm still seeing Mo Salah take a free kick. It's like, bruv, you scored, 186 goals. Had you scored a free kick? Why are you taking one now? So, Szoboszlai, like, put your mark on the team, bruv. You've got a rocket. Tell man to dust. Stop it now, innit? Like, show that this is your team.
That must be the manager. The manager usually sets the
Nah, but Prince is right. Players have got to show a bit more confidence and authority. Like, so Szoboszlai, even if it's suited to a left-footed player, Mo's like the chances of Mo getting up and down on the wall or you blasting it keeper side, you've got more chance of scoring. Stop it, innit? You're the main ball striker. Take the free kick. Stop pandering to man's ego. Stop it.
And
right.
especially you've scored a banger against Arsenal, and man is still trying to come up and move above you.
But the player's got a rocket.
I mean, the manager should be able to sort that thing out. I mean, you remember what happened with
Mo, stand down.
With what's his name? In Chelsea, when you had the two arguing about taking the penalty.
Jackson, Madueke, and Palmer, right?
Yeah. Jackson, Palmer, and you also had Madueke and Palmer, I think, having a bit of a go.
Same incident, the three of them.
Manager dressed them down. That never happened again. Yeah, so I
know
think
what it is though. But the thing is, Barker, Palmer was like, I don't care, innit? That you look.
True, Palmer will just say, I don't see
like, I'm the guy in it. Whereas Szoboszlai still too humble. I think so, bruv. On no God's earth should you be allowing Mo Salah to shoot. Yep. No.
100%.
Take responsibility. So Prince is right. Now Prince is right. You're right.
Vinny says patience will be the key word for us this season. It's going to take time for it all to blend. But by the time it does blend, it might be too late. I want to see, Des B says, I want to see Ekitike on the left and Isak up front.
I don't know.
We've spoken about this already. And we have said this.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Play there.
But I think Chiesa needs his run. I'm not hung. I think Chiesa needs 5 games.
Listen, look, even Des B saying that. Satisfied if we can't play every game, Chiesa should be given more time on that side. It's not even Salah can't play every game because he's one of them guys. I must say, he looks after himself. Yeah. Keeps himself very healthy, very fit. Doesn't drink, don't smoke. You know what I mean? He's a very healthy guy. So it's not even that. He can play games because he's very rarely injured as well. You know what I mean? It's just that you're not performing right now. And for me, I think managers need to be a bit more ruthless and say, all right, you know what? Come off. You know what I mean? Half an hour to go, let me change it up. It's not working. Let me change it up. This guy, Chiesa, is known for he gets a chance, he's going to score. He does his stuff.
He's dynamic.
Yeah, he does his stuff. Everywhere. You give him a run. You have to remember, right? Everyone on here is saying, Slot just doesn't like him, man. Slot doesn't like him. All right, you lot don't know. Sparker runs his own business. He may not like you, but if you're doing the job for me and making me corn, you're gonna do your job for me. I don't care. And that's what it's about.
Nah, I think Slot's racist still to Italian, man, still.
Pete said earlier on, he thinks someone gave him a bad bit of pizza. That's what.
Yeah. I think normally managers don't play certain players that we all think are obvious shoo-ins because they have a strategy. And like what you're saying, Prez, in training, they see a certain way that they want to play, and that player doesn't seem to fit that system. And I think Slot must be trying to impose a certain style of play on the team, and certain players are getting it and certain players aren't getting it. Because it don't make no sense why you wouldn't play certain players that, seem like they're obvious shoo-in. So it must be a system that he's working to. And
no, you know what, Sparker? Like, to be fair, I think Slot in general has been quite fair with who he's given minutes to. Like I think if you play well, then you get minutes. It's just Chiesa, bro. That's the one black spot for some bizarre reason, bro. It don't matter what Chiesa does. Humble, accepts things, work hard, wants to stay, extra training.
Do you think, and this is a question to you and everyone, do you think that it's had an impact of how we're playing? Because Slot is now starting to do rotation, whereas last season we kind of had a kind of a strong 12, 13, if you say, and there was very little rotation. Whereas now, obviously, he's got more players, more depth in the squad. Do you think that now he's starting to do that rotation? That's why we're having a bit of inconsistency.
Probably.
That can be a possibility of a factor, and I mentioned that at the beginning of the show as well. That could be one of the factors, but the other side of it is, I think I'm talking about Liverpool supporters. We all expressed saying that if we are going to continue
Alright,
to
I'm getting that
challenge and continue being up there in the conversation, that we definitely needed to have a bigger, stronger squad in order for us to actually challenge, because I think we did actually dip off a little bit last season as well. So that could be one of the factors as well. But I suppose what we're currently seeing now is in part to, if we do want to have a bigger squad with new players, that there are going to be these little ripples and transitions. And you're right, we always need to accept it. And yeah, it's just part and parcel.
It says build the team around Wirtz. I think this is another thing as well. So if you look at it footballing wise, technically wise, we've brought in Wirtz because he's a number 10, he's a playmaker, and he creates chances as well as scores goals. And obviously we've lost that in Trent Alexander. All right. But if we're not feeding him, if he's not our main focal point to get the ball, to create those chances, it's not really going to happen for him. Whereas it's still going out to Salah, and Salah is doing what the hell he wants. So for real, like you said about Wirtz is just there running up and down. We need to trust this guy, get him the ball, and let him find Isak and then players. And even make Salah make some runs. He'll find Salah. He will find these guys. That's what he does. But right now, we're not playing to assist him to the players that we have.
Sounds like it's a manager problem, really. Doesn't even sound like it might be a Mo problem. Yeah, like you say, you're gonna have players that are gonna have a bit of a dip of form, but it sounds like the manager is trying to implement. Whereas before, when he first came in, he probably didn't tweak much. Now he's trying to really put his stamp on the team, and the team are sort of struggling to kind of understand the way he wants to play. I understand Slot was a counter attack type manager. You know, I don't really see you guys doing that as much. So I don't know. You know, I think he probably will. He will figure it out, but whether you guys will be you'll be in the top 4. There's no doubt about that. But I don't see you guys being able to figure it out and win the Prem. Don't see that.
If we're just
that would come from that's not surprising from a Chelsea supporter.
In Arsenal.
I was just about to say that. I disagree. Listen, the thing is as well, the Premiership continues to have a wealth of experienced managers who are able to make adaptations where they need to do or feel fit. We've also had an influx of new players as well, which adds another depth and quality to the Premiership. As I said, we're 7 games in. I've got no concerns. I know we've spoken a lot about some of the, and I use this word, Artie laughed at me at the beginning of the show, the indifference that we've had. I've got no concerns. We played 7 games. We're just 1 point behind Arsenal at the top. We just need to just calm down and just enjoy this period. We're talking like we're Man United or Wolves or Burnley. We're not. You know what I mean?
But you know what's been surprising, right? We've had this little dip. When did it happen that Arsenal all of a sudden become favourites for the league? When did that happen?
You know,
over the last
you'll
couple
get
of
to
weeks.
Christmas, and after Christmas, it will be downhill for Arsenal, man. You know what I mean?
over the last week or so. But do you know what? I can see why people would say that as well, though, because they look like they will be a lot more consistent than us at the moment. We're going to have a lot of ups, and if we're meant to be the main challengers, we as original favourites, and you're looking at us now, we're in transition. We're not going to be fully consistent. So basically, really and truly, the smart money would be to say, all right, then you know what? I might have to go with Arsenal. If you're original gambler and you want to win money, then you might say, all right, then you know what? You put it on City or a Chelsea to sneak in because the odds are going to be bigger. But if you want to play safe, you're going to say Arsenal.
I'm not
Number one, they look more consistent. Number 2, they've got a hell of a squad now.
They got the best squad. 100.
Yeah, but hold on.
A hell of a squad.
But like, I'm not a betting man, right? I'm not a betting man. But are we like? This is how crazy it seems to me. Pre-season and start of the season, and when Liverpool won 5 games in a row, we're still favourites. We lose 2 games, and then all of a sudden, Arsenal. I don't know how the concept. I don't know how that happened.
It's happened, not only remember,
two games
you have to
can't
remember,
outweigh.
we weren't winning them 5 games convincingly. You even said it yourself.
Yeah, but
the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, but Lee, forget about the convincing. We got the points.
Yeah,
you don't win the league. You don't get points by playing nice all the time. Sometimes you're going to have to scrap, and sometimes you're going to have to get the victory. I was concerned. Yes, okay.
Every game we were scrapping, though.
Yeah, but we weren't playing all cylinders. But the most important thing, Lee, is we got the points in the bag.
Yeah, we know that.
Let's not lose sight of this. Let's not lose sight of this. You don't get 10.10 for looking nice and having little flicks and X, Y, and Z. The name of the game is 2 teams, an air of leather. You pull it in the net, you score, you get 3 points, you move on. That's football.
No, we hear that. We're not disputing that, but you're talking about why is it changed? Betting people are going to look at that and they're going to say, right, look how they've been struggling to win the games. They've only just won them, and now the wheels are falling off. So they'll be like, nah. Do you understand? That's why.
Yeah, fair dues.
That's what it is. When you're winning games like that, of course, it's like, yeah, we don't care. We got the 3 points.
Yeah.
That's a different world.
We're going to improve 100. I think that's a given for me. Like our individual players, the new guys are going to get better. Our current existing players who are struggling, they are going to get better. So I think individually, our players are going to get better, and Slot's going to work out a tactical system to kind of improve the team 100. I have full confidence in Slot, but even if every individual starts firing and he finds a tactical system, I still don't think the balance is quite right in terms of our off the ball game, in terms of our pressing, our on the ball chance creation. And like you said, we've got all these attacking players. I think Isak is arguably the best all-round number 9 in the world, or certainly in that top 3, in my opinion. I think Florian Wirtz is incredible. But
look,
we haven't got a settled build-up plan to get these guys the ball. So there's so much things that we need to improve at the moment. We need to defend. We need to improve how we're pressing from the front. We need to improve how we're creating chances. But we need to improve how we're literally building through the actual pitch. We've got a lot to work on.
We need to improve on our defending.
If you don't beat Man United, then I think this conversation takes a new turn. So that for me will be the challenge. If you lot can, butt them boys up like a simple thing, and the manager's tactics are working and everything, then that could be a catalyst. You step on their neck and you move forward. But if you slip, then what Alvin's saying about the wheels falling off, that will just confirm.
Did you see when he said, when you slip?
sorry. If you slip.
The only reason why I disagree with that again is, once again, when you have these derby games, any result can actually happen.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say that.
I just
Man United always step up their game for us, no matter how they've been playing. They were getting licks last season when they come and play us. All of a sudden, they're playing like flipping Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is why you need a game like that to really. That your team, if you're kind of a bit unsure of yourself, that is the opportunity. It's like us. We had a little blip, and you guys were a nice little stepping stone for us to say, all right, what we beat the champions.
Us a stepping stone, you know.
we beat the champions.
No, listen,
all right, we got something going on here. It's not all over, and that's what I'm saying. You guys in the. I knew that would be controversial.
But he's right, though. He's right, man. He's right. He's right.
What's
what I'm
interesting,
saying. These opportunities present themselves when you're in trouble, and Man United is a great scout for you lot to take. And then you do a good job there. All this conversation goes away.
No. You're only saying that because if United were to get points, then they're on top of you guys.
Comments from the thing before, we're going to soon have to wrap this up, gentlemen. So there's me saying, I'm hoping our form is a reverse of last season, and we will get better as the season goes on. Amit is saying, let him make mistakes. He's going to, cool, but build it around him. Let him feel like the boss. Wirtz is the future.
Yeah, I
fully
agree with that.
endorse that. I fully endorse that. All right, I got one more question before we decide to wrap this up. All right, so international break has come. Great, I think that's come at the right time. Us, even though I hate
100, bro.
break,
100, bro.
I think it's come at a tremendous time for us. This
Great
time.
time.
But do you think that we all could also do with not just talking about the players and whatever? Do you think that we could do with a change of formation?
No,
No.
What is it? You
No.
got 4-3-3
No.
or
no, I don't.
4-3-2-1 or
Well,
something?
that was quick.
No for me.
Okay.
You know the good thing about our squad is that we're quite malleable, and in game we can actually go from one system to another system quite comfortably. However, to answer your question, I think we have to Slot has to stay true to what he's been doing. Otherwise, it then comes across that he's hitting the panic button.
Okay. All right. Gentlemen, I must say, Sparker, it's been a tremendous debut, even at certain times a bit of a cheeky one, but you know, it's all right. Don't worry, man.
I'm sure I was here just for the little bit of cheek and spice, the little bit of seasoning on top.
And I just hope that you're still around to join us when we brush you lot up next time round. You know what I mean? Don't hide, yeah? Don't play like you didn't see my message. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm sure I can clear my diary for Clock Talk. You know.
Oh, lovely. Now, but thanks for the support. Thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah, no
nice
worries.
to have you on. Preds,
Take care, gents.
it's always my brother, man. Blessings out to you, Doctor. I don't know what he's doing right now. He must be warming up.
He must have went on a toilet break or something.
Yeah, Stony.
He must be on the phone to Diaz.
Yeah.
Come
back.
Come back.
Come back.
Oh, that's bad.
Yes, Stony. Big up, my bro. Nice one, man. Thanks for that.
No, thanks. Before we come offline again,
Thursday nights, 10 to the hours of, whenever, man. It's all about Cop Talk right here on YouTube. Do you remember that? Hit that like, that share, that subscribe, and we will see you next week.